this week.
Dream of Californication.
California.
US, please, don't capsize.
Hi everyone, welcome guys to another episode of Hap and Foiling.
Finally, SailGP is back. We had a long wait, but we're back with a double header.
Los Angeles, the city of angels, with Hollywood, with a Walk of Fame. It's a city of movies and superstars, and this weekend will be the city of SailGP. So it's the first back-to-back for SailGP. Next week will be San Francisco, and our friend Ricky was fantasizing about a strange coincidence.
Yeah. You ever noticed that all the SailGP events held in the USA are in a city that has a name made up of two words? So Los Angeles, 2 words, San Francisco, 2 words, and then of course New York will have later on in the season also 2 words. So if you're wondering why isn't Miami on the SailGP calendar, well, it's clear, it's only 1 word.
Ricky has found the mistake in the matrix, the bug in the matrix. Now he solved everything. But yeah, it's not the first year that SailGP race in Los Angeles.
So in the last season, Los Angeles has been the second event in the season. The wind was not blowing so fast, and spoiler alert, it's similar to the forecast we have this week, but we will talk about it later on. Yeah, we have seen an amazing Spain team winning their first win ever in SailGP. Doing great in the fleet races, and then they took their win demonstrating masterful tactics with just 9 maneuvers compared to Denmark's 12 and Australia 16.
For the first time in SailGP history, the young team from Spain will bring it home, and they will claim the victory here in Los Angeles. Spain is the winner of the Oracle Los Angeles Sail Grand Prix.
And they are doing great also this year, so they are in a very good position in the championship.
But yeah, so you've said Spain won last year, was a big success for them, and this year they are also doing good because they are actually third in the championship. At the moment, Great Britain seems to be on a certain momentum. What do you think, Ricky?
Yeah, I put it as the winner team in our Fanta foils, and they won back in Sydney. So they had 3 finals. In all the 3 events we've had this season, always getting into the final. They finally got the win in Sydney, and yeah, they're the team to beat, the best team in shape.
Yeah, so they are on the top, but we have somebody that is not on the bottom, it's even below the bottom. So the German team who has negative points because of the severe penalty that they got in the day of free practice.
Yeah.
Is it called free practice?
Yeah, practice sailing, yeah. Yeah, surprisingly, SailGP, you can go negative in the championship. So a pretty bad start for them for the season. So they've dug a very big hole for. And they dragged into this hole also teams like Brazil, for example, that also had some penalty points. And then at the bottom, we also have the US, that it's going to be a critical weekend or probably couple of weekends where they're in home territory. You have all those fans there cheering for the US, and let's see how they do. What do you think, guys?
I think now has been not the most successful team in SailGP this season. We have good hopes to see them proving they did a lot of mistakes. Playing at the Fanta foil, I put them in the last, in the nosedive category. So I'm not really supporting US so far, but yeah, maybe this time I will give them a little more support to see if they can improve a little bit there. So let's hope they will figure out how to improve their racing.
This was pretty surprising from you, Big House, because you are a big fan of US and you have done several holidays in the US. So when you say I'm not a fan of the US, I really don't believe you.
I'm really, really passionate about the US. I will see. I would like to see them, if not at the top of the championship, at least upper half of the teams. And yeah,
I think that if they start by not capsizing during the practice days, that's a very, very good start. So just racing could be a good start for them, and then we'll see how it goes.
So guys, you have heard Ricky. Please follow his instructions because he's a master. Focus on a topic that we touched a little bit before, and it can be very painful for the weekend. What's gonna be the weather forecast for Saturday and Sunday, Ricky?
Well, let's start from looking at the whole week we have in front of us. So Thursday is very windy, surprisingly. Also Friday is very windy. And then Saturday, when we have our beautiful racing, is not windy. And Sunday as well. So very low wind forecast, but it's in between two peaks. So then the wind starts kicking up on Monday again. I don't know, maybe these peaks extend and give us a little bit of wind also Saturday and Sunday. It's tricky in Los Angeles because they race in the port. So this means the race course is very small, but it's also very protected being a port. So it's a place where you don't really want a lot of wind. So it's going to be tricky if it's light wind, just like we saw in the last event in Los Angeles. There is this new tech that probably is not going to be ready for Los Angeles. They haven't been talking about it. But there's this idea of adding these small engines to the boats. And it's like a super boost that you can use to get up and foiling. And I think the idea is that the drivers can press it only maybe once every race, or you have an amount of energy you can spend during the race. So it adds another tactical component to the racing when it's light wind.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of the boost of Formula E when they had to go a little bit wider on the trajectory of a corner to have a boost. But I would say it's good because sometimes boats just go off the foil and then they really struggle to restart. So I think it could improve the drama of the race. So this weekend though probably not available. This weekend the race would be local time 2 p.m. and European time for the friends that follows us in Europe it's 10 p.m. I didn't computed the time in Auckland, New Zealand.
Yeah, what's the time in New Zealand for our number one followers?
They might still already be working on Monday morning, probably. But its low wind condition is kind of tricky for these US races. Now SailGP has entitled DJ Khaled, pretty famous. Ricky didn't know, I knew, I don't know, big out, as a chief hype officer, which I found amazing, this acronym.
I want the title. I'm gonna ask for a raise in my company and ask to become chief hype officer.
It will be a tough job for him if the wind is very low. He has to come up with a lot of imaginations.
Yeah, so DJ Khaled will be in charge of all the events in the US, and he's trying to, the idea is that he would grow the interest of the US public in SailGP. So we know the US can be a really big fan base. We see it in Formula One. Like since Drive to Survive exists with Netflix and so on, the US base has really grown a lot. They have more Grand Prix in the US. And hopefully SailGP also gets the same. So it's not a sport that's mostly seen maybe in Europe and in Australia and in New Zealand, but also in the US. And it's just a huge market, so I understand why they want to target it. And if there's any US listeners there, you should click follow, subscribe to our channels.
Sail to survive. Remember to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast or YouTube, and please comment to let us know which topic you would like to be covered more in our podcast.